It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. And it is Wizard basketball tonight as the Washington Wizards go up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Somebody we're going to be keeping an eye on tonight. What a story for this guy, Hassan Whiteside. He was a journeyman, and then last season, man, just exploded back onto the NBA scene. What do you make of what you've seen of Whiteside, Shaq?
You know, Ernie, he's got incredible height and wingspan at 7 foot. He blocks a ton of shots. Gets better every year, gets better every game. He's getting more comfortable. And you can be comfortable in Miami when it's 80 degrees all the time.
Without question. But if he can control his emotions and take that emotional energy and use it into his play, then he could be a real dominant center in the NBA.
Yeah, I think that was the problem early on in his career. It wasn't the ability. It was more just mentally if he was locked into the game and what his attitude was.
He looks locked in
like.
now, man. He looks locked in. I like him. He's going to be a top 5 center in the next 3 years.
I think he'll be better than Shaq before it's all said and done.
Ernie, whatever you're drinking in that cup, get rid of it.
Yes.
It's affecting your judgment.
That'll do it for now as we send you to Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Greetings, everyone, from Washington, D.C. The Wizards playing host to an Eastern Conference affair here at the Verizon Center. Thank you for being with us. 2K Sports brings you the NBA Live this Saturday afternoon broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts, Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Ready to go?
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. So here's Miami's starting group. Deng and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade, and it's Whiteside in at the 5 spot. Bosh can't hit. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
Bosh against Gortat. The feed the wall. Over Deng. Wall with another miss.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficient. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
Now here's Deng, following the miss by John Wall. 4 on the clock. There's Dragic with the 3, and the rebound goes to Nene. And here we go. Washington fast break. Beal's running, and it's Wall. That time the assist from Beal. Wall's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Wizards.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The junkyard dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
And then Wade slams it in.
And you can see when he has the basket in his sights, he's going to attack. And once he's in tight, he is a terrific finisher.
Now here's Wall. Nene, the screen. Wall passes to Beal. "14 feet away. Bosh grabs the miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Dragic dishes to Wade. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. There's the pick. Bosh kicks to Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. The Heat need to get a shot off. Bosh, that's good.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
For Washington, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Nene, the screen. Wall passes to Beal. Gortat with a screen on Wade. Beal dishes to Gortat. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Now here's Nene. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Wall, that's a 2-pointer. No good off the back of the rim.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Outside Dragic. He feeds it to Bosh. Fades and shoots, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
And in the second round, the Wizards continue to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Eric Spoelstra. We went over the matchups in tonight's game, and when we came to Nene, he told me, now there's a player. You just don't find big men with that kind of body who's that light on his feet. I don't know if it's his soccer background, but the way he moves, it's awfully tough to stay between him and the iron. Guys, that's the goal, but we'll see if they're able to make it happen. Back to you.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Now here's Dragic, following the miss by John Wall. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Hassan Whiteside.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Chris Humphries has checked in for Nene. Porter comes in for Jared Dudley. And Gary Neal subbed in for Beal. On for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
That is good. Wall's got 5 now. The Heat trail by 3. And Chalmers kicks to Winslow. And he banks in the layup.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Now Wall. He has 5. 34 seconds left to play here in the first.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
No good from Bosh. From deep three-point range, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Wizards lead by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Wizards leading by 5. On the court for Miami here in the second. Chalmers is out there with Gerald Green. Then it's Winslow. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Deng in at the power forward. Here's Neal. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's Porter. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His 3 uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one in the family to reach the NBA.
Now here's Sessions. Ari Stoudemire missing his last shot. Humphries. That ball's great assist by Ramon Sessions. And now it's a 9-point Wizards lead. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Now here's Winslow, guarded by Porter. That's good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Nene with the screen on Chalmers. Now here's Sessions. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. And he's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Jared Dudley's checked in for Humphries. Oubre comes in for Otto Porter Jr. and Bradley Beal subbed in for Gary Neal. And he can't hit the second. And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
Yeah, and came into the league just a tremendously raw talent. Really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
Yes, that's a very good point.
The Heat trail by 7. Dragic kicks to Stoudemire. And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Whiteside, good. The Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Dudley with a screen on Dragic. And Sessions kicks to Dudley. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Wizards lead by 7.
Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on the team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
The Wizards have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Here's Beal. Count the bucket. Beal's got the lead up to 9 now for Washington.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man. And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space. Tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Well, we know until last season the Heat had been the kings of the Southeast Division. They won 4 straight division titles, but all of that changed last season.
Gortat's checked in for Nene. And Miami with a change here, too. Chris Bosh is checked in for Stoudemire. And it's the Heat with the ball. 9-point game. Wade passes to Dragic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot. No good. Now Washington takes it the other way. The Heat struggled in their own division last year. Ended up 3rd in the group, but went a measly 6-10 in conference play.
And listen, they knew it was going to be difficult without LeBron, and especially with the injuries they faced. The Heat still have the most division titles among the Southeast teams with 7. They'll need to work hard, though, to add to that mark in coming years. A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Sessions dishes to Gortat. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Washington.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
That one misses for Bosh. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. He had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
Dragic. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Dragic has got his first basket.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And here is Gortat. Feeds it to Dudley. Back to Gortat. And Whiteside sends it back. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. For the Wizards, Chris Humphries has checked in for Dudley. And Porter subbed in for Oubre. And then for Miami, Green, he's checked in for Dang. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. 1:10 left in the first half of basketball.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosh. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Hey, guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosh back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone, and I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
Shooting two.
The free throw dropped for Chalmers. And one thing about Mario Chalmers last season, he really had to play a different role. And it took him some time, Greg, to get used to.
Yeah, anytime your team loses a superstar like LeBron James, other guys get asked to do a little bit more. Mario was asked to be more of an aggressive scorer, a role that isn't so easy to jump into after 6 years of being that fourth or fifth option in the offense.
You know, going back to Mario Chalmers last year, guys, I mean, having to take on more of a scoring role was tough for him. His field goal percentage dropped 50 points from the season before. His three-point percentage dropped even more. His assist numbers were down. Well, I bet you part of that was the fact LeBron was no longer there.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points. And on the topic of Chalmers, you know, he's a complimentary player. He can D up, he can hit the open three. He's been known to hit big shots, a solid finisher, and that is valuable. But when you ask him maybe to do a little too much, then you're not playing to his strength.
Well, I think all three of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point guard.
He gives you a lot of different looks, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Now, here's Whiteside.
This is foul call. Washington Horton. That's his first personal foul.
The Heat shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight.
At the line for two.
The first free throw is good.
They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
And it's starting to pay dividends. They've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it in this second.
So he makes one of two as the second one misses. Passes to Porter. He dishes it to Gortat. Unloads from 9. Some solid defense from Bosch. Chalmers against Wall. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. No good on the fadeaway.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Wizards out front, up 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Bradley, it certainly seemed to be a focus of this team to have a strong first half, which you did. Is this type of intensity something that coach has made a priority?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Well, you imposed your will, Bradley. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Their biggest lead during the opening period was 5. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Well, they're playing some unselfish basketball here tonight, Ernie. Guys aren't trying to take the defense 1-on-5. They're moving the basketball and finding the open man. And then, of course, the open man is finishing. So no problem here tonight.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
You know, they haven't shot the ball very well. Not nearly enough quality looks. Right now, this game could easily come down to shot selection and how they run their offense. They need to keep the ball moving and generate better looks.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise and center.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Take a look at what John Wall's done. He's got 10 points and 1 steal.
Washington leading now by 5.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. And it's Dudley in at the 3 spot. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half. From 13 feet, it goes down. And that's now 6 points for Chris Bosh. The Wizards shooting the ball at 42%. As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow. That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Pass to Dudley. Wall against Dragic. To the middle. Here's Dudley. And it's Miami with the rebound. Deng kicks to Dragic. Bosh, the screen. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Wall. No good from Dragic. The Wizards have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Wall passes to Gortat. And he gets it to go. And the Wizards lead by 2.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Wizards making a switch here. Oubre is checked in. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for the Heat. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Deng can't get it to go.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Kicks it to Oubre. Down low. Here's Nene. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Now it's a 4-point Wizards lead.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Here's Wall after Amari Stoudemire's bucket. Wall dishes to Nene. Clock at 6. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and then Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
And both free throws good for Nene.
And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes in volume, and that's not his game.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. So Stoudemire will go to the line to shoot 2. It's on Nene. And some changes here for the Heat. Green comes in for Luol Deng. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. The Heat shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting. So some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Wade kicks to Bosh. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Bosh has got the lead up to 2 now for Miami.
And back to Luol Deng. I mean, he started last season pretty strong. I mean, Deng was actually healthier than LeBron at the beginning of the year, but the tables turned around midseason. Deng became hobbled with that knee, and LeBron returned to his old dominant self.
Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break. Oh!
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Right at the free throw line. Another one falls for Washington. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Washington.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
The Wizards with the lead. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Off the mark from 16 feet out.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Bosh against Humphries. Bosh passes to Chalmers. Bosh, the screen. Chalmers' shot is no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
No one near Wall as he lets it go. Beal can't get it to go. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Green, no luck. Oubre kicks to Nene, and he uses the glass on the layup. Nene's got 6 in the quarter.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Chalmers dishes to Bosch. Misses from close range. Beal can't get it to go. And we've reached the end of the third. Wizards lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center.
And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And Miami has possession, trailing by 4. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Heat, Winslow is out there with Dang. Then there's Dragic. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Whiteside in at the center. Wizards shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable. Chalmers against Sessions. They set the pick. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Sessions has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Wizards. There's the pass to Whiteside. Plenty of space. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists now in this one. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Sessions passes to Dudley. He kicks it to Porter. Fires the 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound in this one. Chalmers dishes to Dragic. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls!
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He wants them to pick it up and really go for it right now, saying, no time like the present, gentlemen. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight, and let's make it happen. Kevin, let's see what they can do.
Thanks, Doris. They set the screen. Dang gets a wide open look, but they recover it. Pass to Chalmers. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Porter, and he gets the bucket.
And they looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Here's Dragic, following the bucket by the Wizards. Here's Whiteside. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Dudley, no luck. The Heat trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Mario Chalmers. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Porter kicks to Sessions. Dudley with a screen on Dragic. Sessions passes to Dudley. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. And the Wizards lead by 6. Heat have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Gortat with the steal. One-on-one here. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Goran Dragic.
At the line for your Wizards, Ramon Sessions. At the line for 2.
And he makes the first for the Wizards. Nene comes in for Jared Dudley. And Beal subbed in for Gary Neal. The Heat also with the sub. Wade's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Dragic dishes to Wade. Shot clock at 6. Shot from 16. Buries the jump shot. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And Beal kicks to Porter. Beal against Wade. Beal the pass to Gortat. The offensive rebound, Nene. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Outside Dragic. There's the dish to Wade. And it's Miami with another.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Wizards leading by 6. And Beal kicks to Gortat, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. That's good from Wade on the assist by Dragic. And it's 8 points for Wade.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
Get ready for your Wizard Girls.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Washington. Wall comes in for Sessions.
John Wall.
.139 left in the fourth. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3 seconds. Heat ball. Get ready to go, Wizard Girls.
Back to Wade. Good ball movement here by Miami. Dragic dishes to Wade. To the inside. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Whiteside.
D. Wade with an excellent pass there.
Wizards timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rising Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
A minute 20 left in the game. Wall attacking. Good. And the Wizards lead by 4.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Get ready to go, Wizard Girls.
Beal against Wade. This is to Dragic from outside the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. That's now 8 points for Goran Dragic. Wizards have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here's Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. And Beal kicks to Gortat. And here's Dudley for 3. The shot misses. And Miami the other way now. Wade passes to Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Wall. Dragic dishes to Dang. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Dudley kicks to Wall. Beal. Yes!
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Money! And that shot brings them to within just one.
And you can tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
Outside Dang. And it's Dragic off the drive. They grab their own miss. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
That's his 3rd personal. Shooting for Washington, Marcin Gortat. At the line for 2.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
Wade offline. And so it's the Wizards with the W. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall. Kenny, your thoughts?
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it. An explosive, hard-charging performance. I loved it.
There are 2 types of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that. He shot the ball every time he touched it. Anyway, the guys who keep everyone involved and the guys who could do it all for themselves. He's a great distributor. He's always going to get his assists, but when they need someone to take over, Wall's the guy.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.